Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Company Wars 1 replay. Spawn on the north side as the US forces of Andryhaz. Spawn on the south side as the Wehr forces of Salo. And howdy.
Hey, listen.
You now got the barracks going on up. We do have engineers, not big surprise. Pioneers over here. No additional pioneers here. Oh yeah, I've just remembered something. I had to select this map where it likes to be very buggy as hell. And I tend to get a lot of lag spikes on this map, so my apologies in the near future. Barracks is now complete. We got our riflemen being deployed on out.
Point captured. Yeah.
I love how I keep on finding invisible buttons. Like, I was clearly trying to hit... I'm hitting an invisible button. There we go, pioneers.
Rifle squad on point. Point is on.
Yeah, there's some sort of...
Lock it down.
I'm hitting an invisible button somewhere, and I keep on... Yeah, there's some sort of hidden button there that's allowing me to hit the... causing me to hit the barracks. Sorry, I got distracted by that. I don't know why, in replay mode, I find invisible buttons. We do now have a Shimmenwagen here. Getting bit damage from the engineers. Pioneers get inside the garrison. There's plenty windows on this side, and on this side for the pioneers. The engineers almost goes down. Rifleman squad now engaging. Pioneers do go and get out of the garrison. And the pioneer squad does fall back, and Shimmenwagen, I just go back this direction. Pioneers in the back line there. Riflemen trying to pursue the Shimmenwagen. And now do have a US Jeep on the field. And do have an MG-42 deployed on the field.
This territory is Uncle Sam.
And also, Pioneers gonna capture the fuel point and then probably repair up the Shimmenwagen. Rifleman making their advance, trying to get a bit of damage here. Does go behind a bit of light cover. MG-42 sitting on up. Jeep is trying to flank in, or just not go over there. Rifleman does get inside the garrison. Jeep moving around. And do you have the engineers over here capture these sectors?
Scout on point.
Looks like the driver is from New York because he has no idea how to drive. Rifleman squad does get inside the garrison. Pioneers and MG-42 still in this region. The fuel point will catch it up shortly. Shimmenwagen still could use a couple of taps with the wrenches and get a new paint job while at it. A second Jeep has been deployed in the field. Interesting. We've got double Jeep on the field. Volkswagens have been deployed on out. Those are just the Pioneers. Engineers do deploy out a landmine here. He does spot the Jeep. I wonder if he knows about the second Jeep right now.
The men are formed up, sir. Scout on point.
Pioneers do see a bit of damage there. Shimmenwagen's still plenty healthy at the moment. Engineers will be capturing the mission sector. Jeep does get a little bit of chip damage. That's the Jeep's not advancing forward. Rifleman getting back to the garrison once again. Now the engineers being suppressed by the MG-42. Rush Rifleman squad in the field, so we've got two riflemen, two Jeeps. And the engineers do fall back there. Volksgrenadiers do force back the engineers, and we do the Jeep getting a bit of damage onto the Volksgrenadiers.
Observation posts report we are losing a sector.
Rifle squad does get inside the garrison there.
We're taking some heat.
Now here I got the flamethrower engineers, flamethrower pioneers forcing the riflemen out of the garrison. They do get inside the garrison themselves. I had to get a bit of fire on the rifleman squad, but they do advance out of range. Volkswagen, Jeep now engaging the Shimmenwagen. Volkswagen is engaging the engineers. Oh, no, that's just a rifle squad there. Looks like the engineers over here has been pulled out of flamethrower. Jeep does fall back there. And yeah, this map is... I don't know why it does not cooperate with my new graphics card. Rifleman squad does get inside the garrison there. Flamethrower, Flammable Warfare Pioneers will go and force this rifleman outside the garrison. This garrison is also garrisoned by some engineers. Rifleman and Flamethrower engineers make their advance, trying to hit that MG42. Jeep may want to hit that Pioneer. Non-garrison structure goes down there. MG42 is seeing massive amounts of fire, literally. MG42 does get decrewed, so the US player is able to win the fight. He's able to claim himself for MG42, keep the rifle back. Go a bit greedy, I would say. Go greedy, I just get that misspin on something. Jim Vaughan does fall back there. Rifleman squad pushes forward. I would say keep the rifleman back there so they can stay nice and healthy to capture the MG42. Sniper has been spotted there. Sniper will be pursued by the Jeeps, or they'll just get forced back. Does recapture the MG42 with his Volksgrenadiers. Engineers advancing forward as well. Does take quite a bit of damage there. He may get wiped out. Two Jeeps now pursuing.
Ready to go. We're in the shit now.
And they do not get a kill wiped there on that MG42. Rifleman squad could get behind some heavy cover there. The Jeeps are a little bit wounded. Definitely need to take the engineers to get them repaired on up. Volksgrenadiers behind a bit of light cover. While Rifleman behind some heavy cover there. Flammable Warfare and Volksgrenadiers pushing way forward. And Rifleman do receive a hit there. Pioneer does get forced back there. Rifleman squad does fall back as well. We do have 3 Rifleman squads here. And we now have the supply yard being pulled on the field. Volksgrenadiers are advancing on forward. Rifleman squad soft retreating away. And now we do have the supply yard fully built. Down here? He may have the next battle phase, I can't really tell.
Objective secured. Rifle squad defending. Awaiting your orders, sir.
Strategic point has been catching up. Volksgrenadiers on to capture this munitions sector. Right now, the fuel control is very similar. Of course, much more munitions for the US player, but got a bit of fuel for the Wehrmacht player. MG42 rotating around. Not reinforced. I got some landmines being deployed on out over here. Fresh minesweeper for the US player, very good.
We are in the shit now.
Volksgrenadiers receive a bit of damage there.
Point is ours. What say we lock it down? This is recon.
Rifle squad has seen a bit of damage there. Does get suppressed by the MG42. Now got the Jeep firing away against the Volksgrenadiers, and the Jeep firing away against the Volksgrenadiers, and vice versa. Rifleman squad does get inside the garrison there, does get out of the garrison because it's a flamethrower, flammable warfare there. And the flamethrower Pioneer does fall back now.
Scout here.
Volksgrenadiers don't take any much damage there. Pacifiles does connect, takes out 1 Jeep.
Recon ready.
And does have a Kriegsberg out on the field as well. Somebody's being employed on out. Pack 38, a little bit early, though his one is actually good intuition though. We got a multiple hero going for a Greyhound. Greyhound has been employed on the field, so good intuition. He has enough munitions for his upgrades. Upgrades on the way.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory seizing territory from us.
Jeep, same bit of fire there. Volksgrenadiers find another Pacifiles there. Does lose both of his Jeeps now. Greyhound does see a bit of fire there. Does receive a bit of damage before the armor source went up, so does get some penetrating bullets. And those force back to have Volksgrenadiers.
We're losing them as fast as we're
Forward
getting
supply
them.
lines are broken.
Upgrade is complete.
Our supply lines are being threatened.
Ready for orders.
Do Jeeps have no use? Not really. I've seen some plays where people just a couple particular games where somebody just spammed out Jeeps. It was against Penn's Elite, and Jeeps have surprising amount of health when fighting against 222s. Hasn't felt so good versus them, but 222s. If you fight Jeeps in mass numbers, they can actually force back even autocannon armored cars 222s. They're a little bit weird in my opinion. They're surprisingly durable sometimes. Crack 38 firing away, sniper taking some pot shots as well. Volksgrenadiers do a bit of damage. Greyhound now skirmishing around. Volksgrenadiers Iron Guard pass there does get a good hit there. It had been fully repaired. Now it needs to be fully repaired again. Another armor car, so you got a second Greyhound now deployed in the field. So eyeing for a large number of light vehicles. First he had 2 Jeeps, now he has 2 Greyhounds. So he may be eyeing for some sort of armor company play. So it doesn't have to.
Now that's better. Upgrade complete. Contact! Crowd infantry! Rifles!
Sniper does get a hit there on the rifleman. Two snipers applied up by the Wehrmacht player. The rifleman squad took quite a bit of damage there versus fighting snipers. Wounded units don't really matter. They're either alive or dead. Not really in between.
Wheels increase, ready to go.
You now triage employed on the front line. I'm not usually a big fan of pulling triage into that far forward because you have to micro them in to be reinforced at the same time. But those who can do that will get some good benefits from it, as well as able to perhaps get some not as a self-healing, but healing M1 AT guns when needed, if needed, more like. 2 Volksgrenadiers in this region, as I find an invisible button once again.
A munitions point.
We have weapon support on site.
It's right there. Yep, there's an invisible button right there.
We're being hit by crowd infantry! We're ready.
Volksgrenadiers see a bit of fire there. Rifleman does get a sniper shot there. The riflemen are inside this garrison. There's only one window side, so it's not a great garrison to fight from. Volksgrenadiers see a bit of fire there. Greyhounds advancing on forward as well. Pack 38 does get a shot there in the Greyhound. Rolls a miss there. He's eyeing to get a Panzerfaust off. Does spot a sniper. Greyhounds push way advance. Panzerfaust is not fired off. Greyhounds now got the For the Fatherland activated. Try to get some more Panzerfausts off, but this one still has at full health. Minesweeper engineers and flamethrower engineers do fall back there. And both these Greyhounds are still skirmishing around. The Minesweeper pioneers may get wiped out. Now got the rifle squad engaged with Volksgrenadiers over there. And does find that landmine there, and that was the one that was wounded. He got lucky knocking a death crit, but he of course has a shortage in crits, so could result in dying. We need to get one of the engineers over there to get repairs. Volksgrenadiers, level of veterancy, they're very wounded. And now he's going for casualty recovery bunker there, which could net him some free squads. Next thing, the 3 Grenadiers on the field. That could potentially net him a Grenadier or 2 over the game. Finish it on the Grenadier, and there goes the damaged, wounded Greyhound. It was basically mortally wounded, so does get put down. Medic now claim up his first casualty. Notice this rifleman squad does find the landmine, does fall back. Wait, wasn't the US player who deployed a landmine there? I guess his opponent deployed a landmine there as well. Flamethrower engineers advance forward, gain a bit of damage there onto the Volksgrenadiers. He does activate for the fatherland. So he does not have this area in his sector, so there's an area where it's not affected. That looks like an offensive power shoot now raining on in. Does get directed there on the Pack 38. The Pack 38 may get fully destroyed. Volksgrenadiers make their advance. Sniper see a bit of fire there. It does get efficiency on his infantry as well. This player does have a sniper field. I thought I heard a sniper. Does get one kill there. The Greyhound taking some pot shots as well. It has decent health. The rifle squad does force back the Volksgrenadiers. As I always mentioned, your first shot with a sniper should be on your opponent's sniper. So, him firing a sniper shot like that is a bad idea. So now he's aware there's a US sniper in the field. He'll be very careful and camouflage everywhere. Rifleman squad to see a bit of fire there. Does fall back now. Casualties being claimed. Now got the Minesweeper squad moving around.
Sniper ready for the struggle.
Grenadiers, we're back in the fight.
Where do you want us?
Volksgrenadiers see a bit of fire there. MG42 is setting on up. Does need suppression or damage over here. Those just out of arc. Volksgrenadiers are just streaming the way forward. Rifle squad may just want to stick to this heavy cover there. Volksgrenadiers are now largely behind various forms of cover. One squad does fall back. Flame and Warfare could start torching down these riflemen. He hasn't really been focused on the medics, has he? Does have 2 medics still alive and 2 models to claim. Hasn't dropped a lot of models himself, though. US player does not have a medic station, just the Andryhaz Center.
Surveys a battlefield.
Has improved vision range now. M2 howitzer completed. That's a good time to switch players. And oh, never mind.
The men are formed up, sir.
Flamethrower advancing down to the right. You now have the Greyhound advancing on forward. M2 raining a barrage in somewhere, not sure where. As I for the fatherland, we do have a grenade warfare on the field as well. Greyhound's advancing over here, off of power jump to the MG42. Pack 38 does not get decrewed just yet. The MG42 does get wiped out. The gun itself is almost destroyed, or main gun destroyed. Crit there onto the Greyhound. It does manage to escape on out of there. Volksgrenadiers gives some misses there, and looks the MG42 does get fully destroyed. Just need to lose 2 per fight, yeah. Pack 38 has been decrewed. Sniper or medic does get burned alive by the flamethrower. Now that's a war crime. You can't be shooting medics like that. In World War II, it was definitely established that you don't shoot medics, let alone burn them alive with a flamethrower. Volksgrenadiers advancing forward before the fatherland activated. Sniper firing away. Oh, the Wehrmacht snipers. It's been a while since I last seen them. They're still alive. 20 kills and 10 kills. They're starting to make their advance. The US sniper is still here. 9 kills. M2 howitzer raining on in. Could potentially hit something over here. He's raining pretty far. Yeah, looks like just shooting far. Oh, and gets a direct hit there on the grenade warfare. He's one more casualty to get a free grenadier. Greyhound's advancing up forward. Sniper just fired away, gets a good hit there on the rifleman. A couple more hits on the rifleman. And since he's falling back, he knows that he's away from his opponent's sniper, because he will try to pursue them, and falling back to his base in this area where the US sniper simply not is at. And there goes the Greyhound to another Pack 38 camouflage over here. I heard he went to the next battle phase. Now we're probably going to see the Sturm Armory in Flooded Field. Didn't really take a look to see which battle phase it was, but I'm guessing Sturm Armory. Yep, there's the battle phase not being researched. Rifle squad does fall back there. Rifleman flamethrower falls back. Rifle squad advancing forward. We'll probably get forced back to the Volksgrenadiers. They have For the Fatherland active, and they're at nearly full health and full models. US sniper could be spotted by the Volksgrenadiers relatively soon. He does immediately get a retreat order there when he gets spotted. Free Grenadier has been deployed on out from the bunker. He could go ahead and recruit the Grenadwerfer. Grenadwerfer has been recruited. Greyhound being salvaged by the Pioneers. Does eventually see one on his support infantry units and support and his regular infantry. Not any light vehicle, and I don't know if he has any on tanks either. Now has the Panzer Command being built. He may be eyeing for Knights Cross Soldiers. I would probably go for a few assets myself, so... Okay, that's the Wehrmacht landmine. I thought the sniper was going to find the landmine there. I would assume Panzer IV are also going to be a good item at this moment in time. He has plenty of fuel to spend, might as well spend it. He has not seen any M1AT guns, so an AUS one probably could be very good. We do now have a fresh set of bars. Grenadiers and Volksgrenadiers face forward. Another For the Fatherland activated. He's been maintaining that pretty constantly and consistently. It is dirt cheap at 45 munitions. It lasts for what? 30 seconds? That's not bad. Enough for big conflicts. Ooh, Grenadwerfer find a good hit there. Grenade has been thrown. Okay, doesn't really dodge that one. The Sergeant Squad advances forward, trying to overrun those snipers. The Sergeant Squad needs to fall back, severely wounded. It does fall back in time. And it looks like he's going to try to decrew the Grenadwerfer once again. Does get him decrewed, no casualties dropped there. Advance command's now completed. Oh, and also Flamethrower Engineers advance forward, but of course the defense is back there. He will of course get easily suppressed. Here comes the M2. Way down here. Oh no, it's off at power shoot. He's trying to destroy the Panzer Command. Going for a Panzer 4, very good. You can no longer go for a Panzer 4, not very good. Also nothing being played by the US player. Let's see, he has supply yard level 1 research. Sniper's fired away. The Rifleman Squad receives some sniper shots there, and the Rifleman Squad does fall back. Engineers are captured this munition sector. Let's see, both Wehrmacht snipers are alive, 30 kills and 7 kills. The US sniper is at SC2, 14 kills. Does get a good hit there on the Volksgrenadiers.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory cut off from supply. Losing ground out there.
Volksgrenadiers now engaging the Riflemen. Riflemen do have healing here thanks to the Triage Center, but of course doesn't do much versus sniper fire. M2 now trying to barrage the last little piece of the snipers. He does go ahead and get them out of that region. And Rifle Squad just see more sniper shots there. Sniper soft retreating away, avoiding the M2 fire. Grenadier still here firing away.
Enemy
US
unit
mortar?
down.
Nope, there's no US mortar on the field. Oh, and there's Russian artillery. I don't think a US mortar will be useful in this situation. This one doesn't have really static units. Sniper's a bit more mobile like Volksgrenadiers. So a 60mm mortar is probably not a good idea.
Grabbing territory from us.
Though if he has the opportunity to capture the Grenade Warfare, I would not say no to that. Sniper does see a bit of fire there. Does fall back. Oh, and one of the snipers did go down. That's a rifleman model, so I don't think it was the rifleman that took out that sniper model there. Probably was the M2. Trying to focus on the Grenade Warfare. Of course, for the fatherland active will be super great, but does get it decrewed. Grenadiers do capture that point. Now the Rifle Squad does fall back.
Veteran seek gain.
Looks like a medic does go down there. Veteran C1 tanks. Panzer 4, Veteran C1 coming on out. So that will be a nice unit to engage the opponent with. Does get a M1 AT gun. He saw the Panzer Command, so the chance of him fighting against a tank is highly likely. And he's not seeing Knights Cross holders yet, so it's a good safe assumption that he's going to be fighting against a tank. Panzer 4 and Oswins will both be good at this moment in time. And now got the Pioneer Squad being overran by the Riflemen. Good damage there on that Rifleman. And he tries to capture this fuel point as well. The Wehrmacht player has consumed quite a bit of fuel, so he does need to keep these fuel points safe. Rolls a miss there with the Panzer 4. Gets a good hit there, and these two models are right top each other, so if one gets hit, they're both dead. Or maybe I'm completely mistaken. And there goes the Minesweeper. Wehrmacht Sniper can start picking away against that M1. Wehrmacht Sniper make a counter sniped here. Nope, not the moment. Panzer 4 see a bit of M1 AT gun fire there. Go ahead and set himself behind that house there. Sniper does go down. I think it was to the rifleman or to the flamethrower. Don't think it was a flamethrower though. That's 4 gains good hits there. Volksgrenadier is now engaging. Rifleman just put the squad in the light cover there. Now I got 2 Panzer 4s here. Getting some good damage there. Got some good hits there onto the M1 AT gun.
We are losing ground.
And both those rifle squads do fall back. Another Grenadier has been reformed. Got 2 M1 AT guns here, and this one was already a little bit battered and bruised. It's a good hit there. He needs to really get stiff, keep on moving backwards. Volksgrenadiers advancing forward. They get a snapshot there. Grenadiers push forward, get some damage there on the rifleman. More hits there. Free squad or fresh squad of pioneers, definitely not free. Volksgrenadiers advancing forward, a rifleman squad making their advance. looks like the Volkswagen is taking quite a bit of damage there. M2 now finding a barrage somewhere. Right there. One of the Volkswagen. Oh, no. I thought one of the Volkswagen just got wiped out, but did not. They all do manage to fall back, though they almost got wiped out with that shot there. Register onto the rifle squads. The N squad has 6 kills, the other one does have 5. Sniper getting some shots there. Grenadier squad does have one Panzerschreck upgraded.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
Down here we got the rifle squad
The
engaged.
enemy has 300 points.
He captured that point. Got some howitzer barrage raining on in. And these guys are not really even forced. Next couple rounds could potentially get a wipe or two. And looks like Duke escape on out there. Grenadier squad is full back. Rifle squad advance back up here. And do have Knights crossholders now pulled in field. Knights force have been repaired on up. He may want to go for additional tank efficiency. When he gets the efficiency 2, does get the pinto mount. There's a Wehrmacht landmine in this region. Right now, the Wehrmacht player has a bit of manpower, a bit of munitions, a bit of fuel. Versus opponents right now, resources has off-net combat group. Has all of his doctrines available, has a good amount of manpower, no missions remaining, as well as plenty of fuel. Fly yard level 2 has been researched as well. Just maybe eyeing for off-net combat groups. You will need to eye, hope he can gamble into some AT assets. Personally, a bit more of a fan of the M10 over the Hellcat.
Our front lines are
The gun's just a bit
collapsing.
more reliable, of course, less speed. There's first artillery. Maybe a little bit overkill that against a single rifle squad like that. And one AT gun set up a good position there. He's trying to break down these hedges. This is how far he can see. He sees those Panzer IVs looking behind the bush.
The Germans are after one of our munitions points.
And now the munitions point being decaptured.
Just give me a rifle. One
EP being
round and
captured
point me
on
at
up.
Berlin.
Sniper onto the Pioneers. The sniper's still alive. 34 kills, efficiency 3. They move around pretty good camouflage. Wehrmacht snipers are all dead. You saw them, the other one getting gunned down. Oh, and there's off my combat group. Gets Greyhound, Hellcat, M1 AT gun, and a rifleman squad. I said that's a pretty good off my combat group. The Greyhound's probably the least useful thing, but still a good item to get. You can go ahead and just police the flanks with it. Hellcat by himself will of course need support, but luckily he got a support of an AT gun and a rifleman with that off map combat group. Rifle squad has seen a bit of fire from the Panzer IV as well as from the Grenadiers. Good damage there on the rifleman. As forward, pushing me forward, trying to engage the Hellcat. It's there onto the Panzer IV. And does go ahead and fire Panzer IV there onto the Hellcat. But the father line has been activated. Those is unable to get the finish off for that Hellcat. So the Hellcat is getting tied up in the terrain a little bit. So trying to go for Pacific does get Pacific off there, but did not get the kill crit. Actually didn't get a crit. Knight's Crossroads does get wiped out there. This Knight's Crossroads get ripped apart. Man, it feels like they are really squishy today. I suppose that's what happens to their Veteran 1.
We will crush them beneath our armor treads.
Rifleman trying to overrun the Pack 38.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Panzer IV will receive a sticky bomb there. Now the Rifle Squad does get forced on back.
We are losing.
Let's see, is that pop cap? So we will be able to get out another off-map combat group. Do we see anything being put over here? Oswin wouldn't be half bad. Time for more Knights Crossholders. He definitely gets better seed for them. Now the Rifleman is being pursued by the Knights Crossholders. And do got some good hits there. One model does go down to the sniper. He does fall back with 2 models remaining, but severely low health.
We're losing a sector.
Rifleman Squad received a bit of damage there. Does fall back now. As like before the fatherland again. Which is the last of those munitions. Hellcat firing away with the 50 cal as well. Panzer IV just taking some shots there. Greyhound's in the back line. M180 gun's just nice and far back. This M180 gun does fire away as well, but rolls some misses. Right now the US player does have less VPs at the moment, but does have the capture in his favor.
Attention. The enemy advances.
Why do people run around the close combat rather than just coming close and say? It's because I think of the rotation speed, because these models do not fire. They only fire the targets in front of them when they're rotated towards them, and they do have rotation time. While if you give them a move order, it does make them snap to that direction immediately. So running around is one way to reduce damage received, but of course moving around does reduce the damage you deal out as well, but usually close range, close damage combat units are generally fine with that. Plus sometimes it could be just the unit dancing around themselves, because after all, Company Wars 1, the unit likes to dance around themselves. Fast house to connect there. Because see there, the Knights Crossholders did dive towards the cover right there. That was their own personal movement. But as them both falling back there was then the player ordering them around. They mostly removed the dancing around in Company Wars 2 because it became pretty frustrating using your assault units like this and they are dancing around in bad directions and not fighting. Knights Crossholders need to fall back. One does get wiped out. The damage to crit there. Panzer IV is alive, but barely. Flak 88 now pulling a field. The Flak 88 is probably not a good idea right now because this one only had a single Hellcat and a Greyhound field. So we'll be using Flak 88s. Almost snap shots there. Does decrease the Flak 88. And now we got the sick bomb there, does connect to the Panzer IV. Grenadiers now advance on forward. I was trying to go back earlier. In Company Wars 2, you can dancing around, dive to cover was actually in the campaign, at least for the Soviet campaign. And it actually became a bit of a problem for units like shock units, shock troops, or MP4 or PPSH conscripts, because since they dance around too much, you want them to stay and hold still and shoot their very powerful close-range weapons, and they weren't doing that properly. If the unit only has bolt-action weapons, other ranged weapons, they dive around, dance around to cover is fine. But if it's meant for a unit that has like fully automatics, generally not a good idea.
Ready.
Nice crossroads, see a bit of fire there from the riflemen. Riflemen do dive around.
The enemy is seizing our territory.
Oh, there goes a pioneer and the carcass. It's fresh munitions there. Nice crossroaders. I think the problem is that the nice crossroaders not having efficiency, they're disintegrating pretty quickly. Doesn't have any additional levels of efficiency on the build queue yet. The rifleman squad should be able to decrew the flak 88 if the M2 doesn't.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
The squad sort of soft straight away. Sniper does get a shot there, decrews the Pack 38. Andryhaz does connect his own flak 88. Greyhound connects the flak 88 as well. And a pair of grenades have been thrown there, which will consume most of his munitions he has in reserve. Andryhaz does connect. Grenadier Andryhaz does fall back. Rifle squad not firing away. Off a power shoot there on the flak 88. The flak 88 will likely be destroyed by it. May get one shot off on the Greyhound before going down. No, he does not. Nice crossroads run over on the sniper, but was unable to.
We're losing territory.
We can see a flak gun, you always think about taking it. Yeah. At this point in time, capture the flak gun won't be useful because there's simply no vehicles to shoot at. I suppose it would be useful to try to hit these buildings if you need to. Oh, the Kriegsberg went down. Did not see that. By the way, it looks like the player does back the game now.
Losing territory. Base is under enemy fire.
It's Andryhaz saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.